Salute. Get this for the rest of your life. To the show, to the show, to the show. Introduce you to me. I hope you like what you see, baby. What's happening, everybody? What's happening? What's happening? We back live again on a Thursday evening. Welcome back to Living Room TRT. I am your host, Big Ring, along with my homeboy, Tony Tony's in the house.
Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Man, it is good to be back on the live. I tell you, man, I was going through some things.
I can see.
I'm glad we back on the boogie. Shout out for everybody who's watching us up on the YouTube channel. Love you. Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're watching us on our Facebook channel live, make sure you friend request so we can get it on. Make sure you join man, I'm so excited to be back. Make sure you join the group, How to Make Me Famous. I'm going to be starting to put up more things up that way. Man, it's just good back to be live again. You can see the studio is a little mess, but we're on our way working it back. So we're home, and it's good to be back. So enough of that chatter on the chit. Let's get down to what we came to talk about. Ladies and gentlemen, I have my colonoscopy test done.
Wow, you just hit them right in the face with it.
Right up, man.
Tell us about your experience.
Let's start from the time I had to take the the solution, the cleanser, the prep. That's what you call it.
Yes.
Dr. Ross. It's called the prep. I had to take the stool softeners. They gave me 5 stool softeners. If you looked at the last episode, they gave me one 20 ounce of, I couldn't even tell you what it was. All I know is I mixed that with some blue Gatorade.
So you took something that you didn't know what it was.
It was prescribed by the doctor. It was supposed to be to clean out the booty.
Oh, so now we're back there where you're relying on the doctor.
Oh, man.
We actually...
First of all, I didn't rely on the doctor. It was required that I take this certain medication and stuff in order to get the results I needed for them to go squirmish and squirming up into my intestines. Well, that's what they did. So anyway, I took the procedure today. I feel a lot better. When I first came out, I was a little groggy, hands shaking and things like that. I was a little, but I'm okay now. I went to 51 Burns Avenue.
So you giving them a shout out?
Give them a shout out. 51 Burns, shouting you out, baby. Shouting you out. You did a very good job on me. Wait. Let me not say it like that. Because I'm about to say they did a very good job on me. That ain't what we want to say. As a person who's taking the colon. Yeah, because I took the colonoscopy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, I ain't go ahead. You go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. What I'm saying is...
What was the doctor's name?
I don't know the doctor's name. I didn't get personal with her. I do know she is my...
They didn't get personal with you?
They did tell me their name. I just don't remember. Matter of fact, I got my
sheet. Sound like a reverse date.
No. I got my sheet.
Sound like a reverse date.
I got my sheet.
You went out somebody don't
That's
remember
how
their
fresh
name.
It is. Her name is, because I didn't want to mess up her name. Her name is...
You still gonna mess it up.
Jaja Esau. So she spells it Jiyesowmd. She's a gastro. She's a gastro doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Esau, gastro PA. Shout out to her.
Gastro PA?
Gastro PA, that's what it says there. What does it say right there? What does it say?
Okay.
No. Can you read it for the people, please? What does it say? You got your glasses on today.
It says Gastro PA.
Gastro PA. All right. So we went up into let me just call her Gigi, because Gigi is a nice name. It's J-I-J-Y. Gigi, that don't sound like Gigi. What it sound like? Jaj? We call it Gigi. Call it Gigi. Okay. Call it Dr. Gigi. So Dr. Gigi And it was so funny because when I first went and I first walked into the entomologist's office, I think that's where she went, oncology. Man, I was so nervous, and she was the one who talked me down. And I thought I had to go back to that office at a certain time. Actually, I was late for my procedure. Once we got rid of the prep and they got me down, took my blood pressure. The lady who took my blood pressure, who escorted me in, they let me lock up my clothes, all my belongings, all my personals. They gave me a very relaxing oversized bed, very relaxing oversized slippers, and a hospital gown, which I took home. I took the hospital, because you don't find too many big hospital gowns for big people, man. That doesn't happen.
So next time you go to the hospital, you gonna take it back with you?
I'm gonna take it back with me. What? No. Yeah. You know what? That makes sense, because I might not have that opportunity.
Don't.
But here's the thing: it don't make sense to take it back. They don't have. Most of the time, they don't have extra. Let me tell my story. Let me get through the story. So at that point, they take your blood pressure, and I might tell you, my blood pressure has been up super high the last couple of days. For some reason today, it was tremendously low. Tremendously low. It started out at 127/48, which is good for me. For most of y'all might say, no, that's high. No, that's good for me. I'm all right with that. That's all right for me. That's good for me. That shows that the pills that I've been taking in the disorders have been working. It shows that they've been working a lot better than they usually do.
Maybe they just got you really relaxed.
Well, it could be they got there. Yeah, I tell you, they made me really comfortable. That's a beautiful staff. I will say that. That's a beautiful, beautiful staff. I definitely appreciate the fact that it's going to take a while before we get our audience back, our listeners, because we've been going for a minute, so it's going to take a while. Once they start seeing us on the Boogie One Hop, they're going to be there. But anyway, this to end all things, then I went and met the anesthesiologist, and I thought he was very kind, very educated man. The reason why he was the reason that broke the ice, excuse the expression, that's not what you're going to say, but he made me very comfortable going into the office today. Going into his office, he made me very, very comfortable. He told me, to relax. He understands the situation being a man himself, how most men don't like to have this type of procedure done. And I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous.
Well, women don't either. It ain't something that they enjoy.
Well, I'm not a woman, so I didn't know that the cat jumped out. Marley, man, that's the beauty of life, though. The cat jumping.
You ain't to stop what you were saying.
The thing was.
That's really you up there on the wall, man. That is really you. You act like a cartoon character sometimes.
Oh man, I can't even catch myself. This is unbelievable. But after that, they made me roll on my side. I listened to a little Luther Vandross on the way out, and came back to I think that was Jacques Ball, whoever it was, coming back in when he woke me up. Mr. Mitchell, you got to come back in. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. And that was an experience. What the? Look at this cat. Get your booty down. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Molly's cat. I tell you, I tell you, you can't script this, man. Only when I come back.
This is live.
This is live. This is what the news crews and shit gotta go through. Molly! Hey, cat, they ain't tearing up the thing in here, man.
How about we go to commercial?
We on live and everything. Your cat done tore down the sign.
How about we go to commercial?
Come on, get Brody, man. Now I done lost my pen up there. The people live, they done see us. They can laugh at us now. They said, look, man, you trying to fix the sign in the background. Tone sitting there all calm and cool. You think he would talk about something?
They knew what she was
while I was sitting there fixing the sign. No, not Tone.
But we just can't get you to shut the fuck up sometimes.
Okay, I'll shut up. You can't get me to shut up, but God damn it. And all this time, we still stuck on the live.
Come here.
I'll tell you this one right here. I don't even know that. Right side, left side. I'll tell you this much.
I'm trying to do that shit tonight. I'm trying to pay most of it tonight.
I'll tell you, boy, to say we.
And then I gotta pay.
Only us.
But I'm hoping I don't.
He says, yo, tell us when you live. Ladies and gentlemen, it is never a dull moment on the Rand and Terrell Show. I just tell you that right now. It is never a dull moment on the Rand and Terrell Show.
So far you saying you were satisfied with the procedure?
So far, I'm afraid to say anything because you never know what's going to happen next.
Were you satisfied with your procedure?
Was I satisfied with the booty check?
Was it all you thought it was going to be? Was it nothing like you thought it was going to be?
I still gotta pay the tickets. Yeah. Let me call him real quick, okay?
You just tell you like a cartoon character, man. I can't.
You know what? I listen. I just feel good. You don't have to keep it. We could probably erase it. But you know what? People gonna be like, yo, that's live. What are you gonna do? That's Marley at his finest. It started with his cats. Oh man. So anyway. The question was I satisfied with the service? I'm going to have to say yeah. I'm going to have to say yeah.
No, they just said.
Molly.
Did anything differ on what you thought it was going to be?
No.
Listen, the toll.
No. It was cool. It was cool.
In order for me to.
The whole day has been an experience, even up to this point. You know, sometimes you need, maybe sometimes you have to have little things go on, little things happen. Just, you know, it throws you off your environment, but hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, but it was an experience, and for anybody who's going through it, I wish you would keep it calm.
I actually have to put in my appointment to
Get yours
get
done.
mine done. I'm actually.
I wonder why that keeps happening.
I don't know what that is. This is talking about the resolution or something.
I mean, he is all in. Marley!
I'm gonna end this.
Why? Leave it.
I'll leave it.
Yeah, that's entertainment. Let the people know what goes on when you go live. This is what happens when you go live. Sometimes you can't control the environment when you go live. This is the environment when we live. This is what happens. This is what the people see. It doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen every time we go live. So it doesn't really bother me. It just... Marley!
Huh? You?
Marley.
Yeah.
Now I gotta do this. See, this how you got. This is the live. You're loud, and you're on the live, Marley. It's too late. You're on the live.
How's everybody doing?
Cat and all.
Where's the other cat?
It don't matter, Marley. Anyway, we got through the first segment of our show. Let's get to the second part. The second segment. It's just good to be back. I really don't care what tonight was like. When you're not able to do what you want to do, sometimes you go through a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. It happens. We're not perfect. This is the live. This is what happens sometimes. We in the mix, we setting up, getting ourselves together, reinventing ourselves again. So I'm not angry. It probably makes Tone a little angry because he likes to do, but I'm okay with it, man. It's live. This is what happens when you go live. When you go live, you never know what you're going to get. Let's move on anyway. We can talk on to the next segment of our show. We probably could put this one out. So I'm going to talk about mental health with our children, people. I want to really have a serious conversation about the mental health with our children. The part about, going to the doctor is very serious, but people, I think we need to pay a lot more attention to our children. And I'm not just talking to the people out on YouTube or the people in Facebook. I'm talking to the people all over. Mental health with our children it's not very good. It's not very good. It's not. It's not very good. So.
You didn't see the mail. They didn't say you didn't remember that. I
Yeah, we might have to click out of that and dismiss that. Because no matter what he do, he ain't gonna shut up. I should put his ass on the live, on the camera, and expose. I should just tell Marty, can you messed up the whole? Can you go back to the live and see if we get comments? We ain't get no comments. We ain't. I mean, he just all up in the thing. Catch up on the screen. And you just sitting there like Mr. Belvedere, not reading none of the comments or nothing. See? Oh, man. See? Man. Don't sit there sometimes. He's so, I don't know. What are some of the comments? Read some of the comments. Good morning. I see Terrence is on. What up, man? Yo, Tommy, what's happening, man? What's happening, man? I know our live got thrown off because the cat jumped up on the screen and Molly all through the thing. No matter how many times you tell Molly to be quiet.
Over the moon.
Huh?
And the cow jumped over the moon.
Yeah, no matter how much you tell Molly to be quiet, Molly just ain't going to keep his mouth shut. That's what he going to do. But we go on. Tommy, what's happening, man? It's been a long time since I see you. How the family? Been catching up on your pictures.
Panama, how you doing? Nice to hear from you.
Good evening, Miss Panama. Yeah, we back live on Thursdays. Believe me, it ain't going to be like this every Thursday night, but it's entertaining. Sometimes you got to get a little flip to the twist. But we're back on Thursday nights. We're back on live. And I do appreciate everybody who has taken the time. Miss Panama, if you're still aboard, you're still listening, you did a piece where you went, where you went with these young ladies. I don't want to say young lady, but you know what I mean. I was sure you guys were downtown. I was interested in that. You went live on that, and I was watching that. I didn't really understand it. So if you ever get a chance, reach out to me, Miss Panama, and let me know what that was about, because that seemed very interesting. I just couldn't catch the whole thing, so I was a little lost. I kind of caught up in the middle of it. So I would like to see the whole thing when that comes out. But anyway, what's up? Tell us what's up, man. You know how I always do, man. Hey, how's the sound? He's like, Pop, stop worrying about the sound, man. The sound's all right, Pop. Everything's good. All right, so let me get back to what I was discussing. I just feel good. I don't care if we could discuss anything. But like I said, we was discussing the situation on the mental health when it comes to the children. And I think a lot of our children are suffering through a lot of our mental health right now within the last year and a half, because you have school shootings. You have a lot of death that happened over the time of the pandemic. And I don't think a lot of children really recovered. I don't think a lot of people really understand what's going on. I think a lot of parents are frustrated with the fact that their child is having that type of issue. A lot of people really don't know how to deal with it. They're going through a crisis themselves. But even as a parent myself, I would have to say you have to stop. And you have to pay attention. Because right now, a child's depression or his mental state is more severe than it has ever been in the last 5 years, especially coming off this pandemic.
But there is a part of mental health that's
really
remarkable, is the fact that it's not related to what you mentioned. It's related to their normal life of school and the kids that they deal with, and social media, and what they talk about on their phones with them and their friends. That's a key part of a lot of the depression that the kids are going through right now.
Depression is at an all-time high. Depression is at an all-time high. It is not just in our children, but it is affecting our children. It's in our adults. It's in our older adults. Depression is at an all-time high.
They have children at the age of 3 that's going through depression.
It just doesn't seem like this is something that our society is going to shake. And I'm not talking about our country. I know what I said, our society. Because I think our minorities and our inner city youth are suffering. We are suffering. And we're suffering amongst each other. Like right now, we don't even know how to be courtesy to one another. We're not even being respectful or even know how to be dignified amongst one another. It's just getting really out of hand. Like everybody's getting angry about even now I have to learn to take a walk or cool down or figure out a better way to address the situation. Even when you're dealing with somebody who might be having a little mental, because you can have a mental lapse.
But with the children, getting comments regarding therapy helps.
Yeah.
Therapy helps.
Therapy does help. If you can find the right kind of therapist.
I was just about to say that.
If you find the right kind of therapist. It takes the right kind of therapist to correct a situation like that, because you don't know how deeply lost this child can be. And then it really doesn't help because you have parents who really don't know how to deal with that situation. And instead of them sending them to the doctor, they kind of tell the child, listen, you need to buckle up, or you need to do this, or this is not what I did, and how can you be like that? I didn't raise you like that. This is more than about being raised. This is a serious, very serious situation that we are dealing with here with our youth. Look at your suicide rate. Pick up where you live at. Zip code doesn't matter. If you can hear my voice, check your zip code. Look how many children are committing suicide at the ages of 15 to 21. And they're getting younger.
It said 3 years old.
You know?
3-year-old kids that are going through depression.
This is not good. What is happening to our society where we forget that people do have feelings, people cry. Mental state does capture the mind at times. People think when you go through a mental lapse that you're crazy. I see Panama's bad reader. I'm listening.
That's not Panama.
Who's
Thanks
that?
for checking in, Pat. How you doing today?
Who's that?
My cousin.
Patricia Wilson, thank you for checking in with us.
She says depression can be hidden beneath many emotional anger, sadness. Some people are overly happy but are still depressed.
And that is true, Pat, because most people can have everything.
Panama says try 8 to 12.
8 to 12.
As far as the kids.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Black
Man, that's even worse.
All-time high.
8, Panama, let me ask you a question. Are we talking 8 to 12 in suicide or 8 to 12 with mental depression? That's interesting.
That's could be one and the same.
Well, being mentally depressed doesn't mean you took your life. But suicide means...
It could lead to that without help and at therapy, as she said.
Man, that's you know, that's so important. The therapist who you choose to help your child.
Mm-hmm.
Do you sit in on them sessions?
Of course.
Because what if you're the problem? What if the parent is the problem while the child is depressed all the time?
Well, I'm sure if the issue is beyond is like that, they would have to request like a one-on-one to be able to find that out.
My thing is, if I'm the parent of a depressed child, I step back.
It depends on the age.
I think you still have to step back because you can't move forward and trying to deal with something that you haven't dealt with before. This is
your child. You're gonna want to deal with it.
Which makes it even more reason why you step back. Sometimes parents can push a child over the edge, thinking that because they're the parent, they know they're right.
But parent need part of the therapy to get in that.
This is at this point, it's not about the parent.
But actually, it is.
That's the problem. The parent always puts their self first. This is
not about putting them first, is what I'm saying.
It's about the child. The
child having a relationship with the parent is not a problem that the parent shares also?
No, but the parent should recognize that the child is having
a mental... The parent should recognize?
The parent should recognize.
Right.
If the child is having a mental breakdown, and maybe you're the reason why the child's having to take a step back.
Right, but what if the parent is having a breakdown too?
But the parent is going to have the breakdown. First of all, watching your child go through a certain state is not healthy for anybody. Any real mother or father watching their child go through a situation where they can't function, they're crying, they're hurting, they're pain, anything,
What
they
about
feel
reverse
depressed.
that? What about vice versa?
I don't think a child could recognize depression if
They
he
won't
has,
recognize it, but that could send
but
them
they'll
into
see the
their own.
actions of. But see, what I'm saying, a child will see it. With a parent being depressed, the child will see the action. A parent might not see a child's action. Who know? Let me calm down. The person who might see the child's depression before the parent might be the friend.
Possible.
Because the friends at certain points in time, like you said, depending on the age, is how they spend their time together. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're a certain age, a parent might not know that their child is depressed, but the best friend might know. The best friend might know more than the parent. Like I said,
that's
especially
like, or the sister or the brother.
but that's just like if you cannot talk to the parent, and if the parent is not in sync to realize that my child needs professional help, most parents won't agree to that.
Okay, so what if the mother has the problem, the child adopted it, maybe the doctor that's trying to help the child,
But if
can
they-
see that the mother is the problem.
You're right.
But if they don't, if she don't,
But that's
also,
only if they
she
can
don't
go to
also
therapy.
talk to the parent, how would she know?
But that's only if they can go to therapy together. Now, having a one-on-one session only points fingers. You're not solving
That's
the
why
problem.
I said they have to be together.
But if they have a together session, that could be painful to the child because maybe the child won't tell the truth because the parent is sitting there.
Okay. Yeah,
Read the comments.
that does happen.
Comments. Let's get to the comments. I can't see anything.
I know, you're blinded.
Very much so.
8 to 12 is suicide.
Okay, we got that.
We had a few take their lives in this district.
God damn. God forgive me.
No one gives her the privacy to talk, and every couple of sessions I am brought in to discuss next steps.
Miss Panama.
Yes.
Mm.
The child has to be able to talk to someone without a parent hovering over them so that they can open up. Once you speak with therapists, you get a sense of whether to trust the therapist or not. But a lot of therapists are trained to get you to trust them,
They are.
and they still can be deceitful.
Here we go.
I'm not saying that to shun away from any therapist.
Wow.
And they still could be deceitful.
Wow.
There we go. I'm not saying that to shun.
I mean, my thing is therapy the first step? What is the first? I think what people have
Understanding that there's a problem.
right, and like I said, most parents won't understand that until they get to that point.
Yeah, of the child picking up a weapon or something like that.
Picking up a weapon, or
At school.
maybe be at school, acting up at school,
Or
or just
brother
going
and
into what you would call I would call a self-denial depression, where you're in a corner, within yourself.
Were you denying that that's my child? My
No.
child can't have a problem.
We're talking about the child having its mental breakdown within itself. For a child to realize that they're going through something, how long have they been going through it before they recognize what they're going through? Because some children, like I said, 90%, and I don't want to, no, let's not even use 90%. I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be fair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cut it in half and say I believe 50% of a lot of children's mental problem comes from the parent pressure. Certain pressures that they might be quite, well, maybe because you didn't have that.
I just disagree.
I'm just saying, as a child, I didn't have pressure put on me.
Okay.
I didn't have pressure. The only thing I had to do was go to
You
school.
said it was coming from the pressure.
But I'm saying that some mental breakdown is because of the home when it comes
Okay.
from a child.
That's based on what?
That's based on what the child is seeing.
I'm saying that what are you basing that on?
I'm basing it on what the child is seeing.
Okay.
Mental stuff, to me, the child mind develops at home. If a child wakes up one morning and decide that he wants to run away or he wants to, why? Why would you want to run away from a home that's provided for you? Something that's there
Make you want to get away.
makes you want to get away.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, and the parent may say, well, I provide you with everything that you possibly need. Why would you need to get away? See, and that's, I believe, as a parent, I think that's where we misunderstand a lot of things. Like, because, as a parent, I'm saying because I'm a parent.
I'm saying meaning what? That's what I'm
meaning that
explain that.
We don't give our children the opportunity to explain their feelings. If a child goes to a parent about a feeling or a situation, it's usually the parent, especially if the parent is strong-minded, very strong-minded. You tell them, you need to sweep that under the rug, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. Instead of really listening, we don't, as parents...
That's a strong-minded direction?
I don't think it's a strong-minded direction. I just think it's a direction that a lot of our youth are not aware of. You know, they're told to do certain things, they're not asked to do it. So, you know.
Oh, okay. Okay, Panama goes on to say that, I see what you mean by the screen jumping.
Ladies and gentlemen, he is in control of the mechanism tonight. He's controlling the ship tonight.
I have a better listening pleasure.
I get to sit back, and you see how I'm rocking in the chair. You can see me leaning back. Fat boy is in the lean back position. He is in control. He's missing all kind of comments.
Now, Terrence is doing Terrence and bouncing the message up to the other.
I just want you to know I gotta tell him that. He's usually trying to be the control boy. Okay.
Man. I'm gonna start with Terrence.
He's in there. Go ahead.
A lot of parents aren't ready for the real conversation.
They're not.
Okay. No parent wants to believe they are the cause of the child's brain. Facts. Parents used to stay in a child's place. In other words, when a child opens their mind, now the parent would go with like the child don't know what they're talking about, stay in your place.
Well, it's not more than just, it's that, and it's also because they don't. So you have to understand, a parent raises a child a certain way. A parent doesn't raise a child to how can I say, to give into depression and mental lapses. A parent doesn't raise a child that way. A parent raises his child to be strong. If you have a problem, you have adversity, you have to learn to get over your hurdles to move on to the next situation.
But you're talking about a certain direction of child.
But I'm trying to tell you that every child has a certain direction, even if the direction is wrong. That's my point of telling you.
Okay.
Every child has a direction. Even if the child grew up in an orphan, there's direction. Regardless if it's right or wrong, every child has direction.
Okay.
The problem is that every parent loses direction. That's the problem. Every parent
loses direction.
Every parent does not want to be a parent. Sorry, I put it out there. I've said it. Every parent does not want to be a parent. That's the reason why you got a lot of our youth being raised by grandparents right now. It ain't because of just drugs. Come on, man. You got a lot of people who did drugs and still raised their kids.
There's a lot of reasons why they're doing it.
I'm just telling you that the parents of today do not want to be parents. They just do not want to be parents. They might want to collect the check for the child, but they do not want to be parents. They don't really want to be bothered with that. A lot of people, it just looks strange to you because say,
no, because I'm saying,
why is it strange?
You're talking about a certain.
It don't have to be.
Yes, it is. You say about
everything that you have to be.
Every woman. No. Every woman. No,
I didn't say every woman.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't say every woman. Why am I fading out?
You said a woman don't mind sitting back and getting a check for their child.
I said there are some women who don't mind doing that. Right.
Okay.
There are some women who don't want to be mothers, but they don't mind collecting a check, even though they're not mothers. They still want to collect that check.
Okay.
There's nothing strange about that.
Okay. That's your opinion.
You watch and see most of the time who shows up to school for the child. You have to look at things like that. Who shows up for the schools? Who's the one who's there when it's time to reprimand? How? When they get in trouble, what do they do? All of that coincides into a mental issue that develops within the child. How the child does when they come home from school. If the parent is there reading with them listen, I'm watching my 5-year-old. I've learned something too. I watched her and her mother interact on certain things. It made me realize I was out of touch.
Okay.
Because I thought that as being thinking I'm the intelligent one here all the time, which I'm not. Seriously, I did. Because she's 5, She's 5. I believe, hey, you're going to listen to it. Until I watched her and her mother do her homework. Then, you know, I started to implement myself with crayons and pencils and things like that. I had to realize that what you're trying to develop there is not it's a 5-year-old mind who's developing to look forward to the next level of life, which is be from 10 to 15. That 5-year-old is that important. I think she does it. I think the mother of my child does it. My baby mom does a beautiful job in how she dissects her with her homework. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, at this point in time, there are a lot of kids who are lost in mental health because they lost grandparents and parents during this pandemic. They've lost a lot. Mentally, a lot of these kids are lost because they lost a lot. Go ahead, let's read some comments. I know they're out there. I can't get my phone.
Said generally generational curses.
What does generational curses mean? Like it's passed down? So if the mother and the father has a mental, the child's going to be mental too? That can happen. There can be some type of trait left in a cuckoo, in one cuckoo to another cuckoo.
Trait in with the cuckoo.
With the cuckoo. It can happen.
So,
I don't believe it, but
hereditary.
It can be. And I'm only saying cuckoo as a joke. I know cuckoo is not what it is. But I'm saying that people who have mental problems, it could be hereditary. It could be. I think there's something up inside that brain or that what they call that.
When it's genetic?
It's all bees. What that mean, Terrence? It's all bees. It's all bees. What that mean? It's all bees.
BS?
Oh, BS. Oh. That's why
they want me to read the messages. Could be, but I was talking about the raising the child. Mm-hmm. And raising the child.
Mm-hmm. Miss Panama, I wanted to say, you are very good when it comes to your social enlightenment when it comes to children. Like we don't have too many people in neighborhoods like ours with people like you who are socially inclined with a lot of our youth, man. Most people continue to raise their children the way they were raised, whether toxic or not. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. I agree. I read that fine.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I read that fine.
That's what I tell you.
I'm reading off my phone. I'm good. I can read. I'm reading fine. Mm-hmm. Terrence, what's the laugh out loud? Because I said bees. It's just good to be back on live on Thursdays, man. I can't manage. We're going to build off this. This is crazy. And we got the YouTube segment. I hope you caught the first part, man. You catch the first part when the cat's jumping off of the wall. My goodness. You see the cat jump off the... you have to just... It's priceless because you have to see Tony's face. Because he's like, oh, man, this is not happening. And then Marley started on the live. It's just a whole lot. When you go live, this is what you get, man. See? Connection is beautiful. And shout out to everybody who's been buying Marley burgers, man. Marley appreciates the support. I just gave him a free plug, even though he done interrupted our whole damn live. But definitely give Marley a free shout out.
That's what she meant by generational curses.
Mm-hmm, I know what she meant.
Okay, well that's what she's telling you.
Yeah.
Making sure you got it.
This Panama Sick is that girl. That lady. She's intelligent. I need to pick her brain. She was going through something one day on live. She was in Manhattan fighting something. And I caught the tail end of it. Boy, them ladies was out there celebrating. Miss Panama, can I get that whole panel up here, Miss Panama? I'll straighten some things out. Can we get that whole panel up here? I would like to have that discussion. I caught the tail.
Uh-oh, there go Terrence with the hip-hop brainwashed.
Brainwashed our youth. I think our youth are already brainwashed.
Wait, but it kind of broadened their minds, though.
Hip-hop?
You don't think so?
No.
It didn't make them creative?
I think we were already creative. I think they just gave them a lane.
Well, that's what hip-hop was for.
Well, No.
No?
I guess a lot of people just used it for a way.
It wasn't a lane that out of what? Out of violence?
No, out of the hood. Man, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
That was me? No, that was you.
No, okay.
A lot of people feel it's a way out of the hood, but...
Oh, shoot. Oh, that was old.
What was old?
Panama said that was old. Terrence said I was right.
Oh.
Damn, see, there he go.
Oh, it's my mic. What happened? Right about what? Right about what?
I don't know. Something you messed up.
Oh, man.
The powers that...
So the powers that be use it against us? I don't think so. I think we took our own situation and used it against
about the creativity. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I think we used our own. Knowledge and taught against each other. That's why we getting what we get now with these young rap groups and these young rap men killing each other right now. I think that's something we brung amongst ourselves. They gave us a platform, and it's legit. And the sad thing about it is the generations are making the money, but they're so angry and so jealous of one another. They'll kill each other to keep it. But what are you keeping? A piece of what? What are you definitely keeping?
Panama writes, when I was in the city celebrating, it was old. Her second message, I had a federal lawsuit happening against the politicians in the Bronx. We need to get you back on the show and talk about that one.
Yeah. She said it was old. That gotta be
Thanks for watching, Steph.
That gotta be Terrence. Terrence, I can't answer you right now, man. I'm trying to get my phone up, man. Pops can't answer you right now. I gotta put you on hold for a minute. You got to talk through the live, man. My phone is dying, Terrence. I can't even put it next to the screen. My phone is dying. Yeah, so basically that's what's happening in the world tonight. Other than the people going through the storms and people who have family in Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic, wherever you at in the islands.
It's heading up the East Coast, so we better pay attention.
You got family in Florida, man.
Florida is underwater.
God is up to something. God is up to something. Whatever he don't like, it's something going on. He don't appreciate it. I'm telling y'all that right now. He's up to something. You know, it's just right now that we got so much going on, and we're just not paying attention to each other. Shout out to my girl Andrea too. Y'all know Andrea live on 174. Shout out for her for giving me and Tone enlightenment on certain things. She think we didn't use it, but we did. It's just that I've been down and out. But shout out to Andrea. That's one hell of an event planner when she want to be. That girl know how to give her events. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody along that 174 who's doing their own entrepreneurship. You know, there's a lot of you guys out there. There's a lot of you out there. Tonight was a classic night. I know everybody in my house was like, where did he go? Where did he go? Where did he go? I couldn't wait to do the show. I was so excited I kept my mouth shut. Just feels good to be back.
So excited he kept his mouth shut.
Yeah. In about a month I'll fix up the place. It'll be more home warming. We'll get back to our guests. Can't wait to get my boy Tab up here. Shout out to my man Tab. Can't wait to get him up here with his book. Can't wait to get my man up here Dolo again. Yeah. Can't wait, man. We got a whole school of lineups. Shout out to the new salon on 161st Street. It's Girl Hair. Shout out to them. We're gonna be podcasting. We're gonna try to set up the podcast out of their shop one day. So one day you're gonna see us clicking. We're gonna be live. We're gonna be live from.
You're saying we're gonna do an all location.
All location. Yeah, we back to doing all that. Yeah. I'm back to myself again. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling good. You know. Sometimes you could be down a little bit. Hold on, man. Terrence, he gonna call. Hold on, man. Hello. Hello.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm driving, so I can't text with y'all.
Okay, that's all right. Go ahead and get it in before my phone dies.
Okay, I got two things I want to say. It's just my opinion, though. It's not a fact. It's just my opinion. So the first thing about hip hop is that you guys gotta believe that number one, in y'all era coming up with hip hop was just getting started, right? So it was still kind of like, streets over the bull. It was still kind of streets over the bullshit. But in our era, you couldn't tell a kid nothing about this shit. Kids was killing you over other rap songs. Rap became a child that was lost. That became their father. That became their parents. That became bigger than them in the streets. You see with all these kids, they coming out making rap music, getting into beats, and then snitching on everybody. They don't really have no real principle behind it. It just is what it is. So that's that point. But that's just the music thing. But getting back to the mental health thing, I got an opinion, and I don't want nobody to get offended. It's just my personal opinion. A lot of times we come up with these terms, and everybody thinks they could just use that term. A lot of these kids, before we could just give them the mental health stamp, like they got an issue, how many of them really actually tried to do good in school? How many of their households have we been inside to say, yo, you don't have a real problem, you go outside and you create a problem? And the reason I say that is because that goes back to hip hop. A lot of these kids are creating and self-inflicting their own problems in order to create some sort of a buzz on the internet base. That's why when you meet their parents, you're like, yo, why are you like this? Because their parents don't understand the dynamics of the internet. They don't understand that a child might go far above and beyond to be famous and known, and then we're diagnosing that person with a mental issue.
Right.
When they don't have no mental issue. So that's just those two topics, and I just wanted to just chime in on those two. That was it.
Always welcome to chime in, brother. Always welcome to chime in. That was Gorilla 2K, man. That's Gorilla 2K always chiming in. Shout out to Gorilla 2K for always chiming in. He always chiming in. You can see it. You can always see tonight's recap of the show on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. It's been one hell of a live. Yo, when y'all see this from the beginning, and y'all see that cat jump, what? But Tone said, "No, I'm gonna cut it. We're gonna delete this." No, we not.
I didn't say nothing about deleting.
We're gonna let the world see this. What happens
I
live,
didn't say
like
that, bro.
we're live, man. This is what it is.
You said that.
Okay, I've said it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Whoop-de-doo, doody-whipped. See,
Oh,
y'all
where that
just,
came from.
y'all just don't know. We got a nice setup here. We just putting a lot of it together. That's all. This is a lot of it has to be put together. We're working on things. We got our lights and everything. A lot of this stuff just had to be put together. We got a lot of room here. These are executive chairs. You know, a lot of stuff got to be put together. You see, man, because we all hold a position, I can hold my camera now on my YouTube, and I can do this now. Look at Marley. Look at Marley. See? He did duck back in the curtain. That's how you get it. But see, this is where we at now. This is where we at now. So now when you look at the YouTube, you're gonna get more than just like you get on the live. You see me and Tone. Now with the YouTube, you gonna get more than the experience because I can move the camera now. I can move the camera and you can watch everything we do. Like, this is our set. This is what it is, man. This is how we go live. Man. I appreciate, man. I'm back to the basics. Yeah, but we're not live on YouTube. We pre-record. We live on Facebook.
Oh.
See? That's because everybody's... It's just good to see Tone he's at the controls while we live on Facebook. This is Tone at the controls, man. This is Tone at the controls,
Yeah, I
man.
look back on the screen the first time. I was telling people to go to YouTube. I always say you telling people to go to YouTube?
Yeah.
You can tell them to go to YouTube, Facebook, it don't matter. What's up? Why you upset, Molly? What's going on? You okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. High blood pressure.
Yeah, high blood pressure. Let's wrap it up tonight, man. It's beautiful. For those of you who did switch with us and went over to YouTube, we're still on YouTube. We're just going to pre-record for YouTube. We are shooting live once again back on our Facebook, so please join us back on our Facebook channel. We only did the YouTube because I was going through some type of medical condition and I needed to do my treatments, and it's all over. Everything is fine. So now we're back on our live, and I'm ready to book it. Tone, you ready to take us out of here, man? Oh, let's see. Tone is on it tonight. Okay. I guess that's what we're going to end with.
That wasn't it, but.
No, don't forget about Earl's party this Saturday. I guess you don't really care, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, make sure you check out Marley at 174th Street. That's what you're saying, Marley?
No, Earl got a party.
Huh?
Earl has his birthday party coming up this Saturday.
And whose party? Earl's party?
Yeah.
I think he said.
Earl's party. Make sure you check out Earl's party. If you're on East 174th Street, make sure you get in touch with Earl. El Diablo. Make sure you get in touch with him, man. Make sure you at a BC all that. He goes by the name. Don't worry about it. He'll love it. This has been the Randy Tone Show. It's been a while since we've been on live. I want to thank everybody for joining us, man.
It's been fun. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to y'all soon.
See you next Thursday, people. See you next Thursday.
Peace and love always. And wash your hands.
The music selection was beautiful. It's on you. You can go to the live and just X out.
People
Just
gonna
stop
like
by.
this.
Huh?
I said people gonna like this. They're like, oh, that was high.
That's it. Just end the live. That's it.
You gotta hit it on the beat.
You're something, bro. YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our channel, man. Make sure you reach out. Play on the song. We about to put you back up on our YouTube channel. Make sure you get it. We might have to do the Arizona ginseng. I don't know, man. Arizona ginseng don't really be paying us, so we might not do it there. But make sure you subscribe and like on our page. It was good to have you back. Thank you for joining us. We see you next Thursday on the next upload. Woo-woo-woo, as Tone would say. Good night, YouTube.